Hey guys, so I'm back. Sorry, I know it's been a while, but there's been a lot of stuff going on. Started 2 new jobs at the same time as trying to move into a new place. On top of that, I found out that I lost my wedding photographer, so I have to find a new one. And I'm getting married in a different state, so it's just been crazy. Life has just been getting in the way. Just life. The house is almost all set up, and I'm finally getting into a routine with my jobs, knowing what my schedule is going to be and stuff. So I should start getting back to making videos on a regular basis for you guys. So there shouldn't be any more big breaks unless something else unexpected comes up. So expect more videos regularly, and again, sorry for the long hiatus, but I'm back now. So today I wanted to do a recommendations video. I was actually asked to do this video, and I feel like this could kind of go hand in hand with a video that I wanted to do, which is my favorites video of just favorite books and authors of mine. Not quite ready to do that video because I still don't have my bookshelves quite finished yet. But I do think that those 2 videos can kind of go together. So in order to not repeat some information, I'm not going to do anything with books in this video. And for this video, I think that instead of personal recommendations, I would talk about how exactly one could go about trying to get into adult books. So if you're somebody who's really into YA, but you feel like you want to start getting into more adult books, but you just don't know how to do it, like where to start, if you're gonna like the books, I'm gonna talk about a few of those things. The first recommendation I have is pretty much just find your genre. If you like fantasy novels and YA, try and stick with adult fantasy. There's a lot of high fantasy books out there that are adult. If you like contemporary, try and stick with contemporary. If you like mystery and suspense, try and find some of those. Same with romance. Even if you do like a multitude of genres, then I would suggest trying to find 1 or 2 that you really like, that are really your favorites, and try and start getting into those adult books until you start to realize if you like them or not, and then maybe start to branch out. As for how to know which books are fitting in which genre, there's plenty of social media sites. Try, use Bookstore, try and going into their adult section and maybe looking based on, if they split it up into genre, or there's always Goodreads that can tell you based on books that you have liked which books that they would recommend in specific genres. There's also a website that I really like called Paperback Swap, and that is where you can trade books with other people on the website. All you have to do is go on, post the books that you have, and if somebody's interested in it, then you send it to them, and you do pay postage to send it to them, but in return you will get a credit to get another book on the website. And if there's a book that you're interested in that is not listed, then you can go onto the wait list. The only thing you really have to pay for is postage to ship a book to a person. And they give you, I believe 2 or 3 credits just for starting and signing up for the very first time. And I really like that website because I pretty much get books for free. Once I post mine, if someone's interested in it, it's a book that I'm not going to read again. I give it away, and I get to choose another book that I want. You can shop by genre there, and I really like that because you're not paying for the book. If you don't like the book, then what's the worst that happened? Really nothing. You're getting it for free. So that could be also another good site to try, just because you're not losing out on anything by getting a book and seeing if you like it. You just repost it again, and then somebody else will want it, and then you get the credit and you get to start all over again. Second recommendation for how to find books is author blurbs. Sometimes you will see on a book that you're reading a blurb from another author about that book. So for example, I'm reading Hex Hall, and on the back there is a blurb, because it is a YA, but there is a blurb by Becca Fitzpatrick. It says best-selling author of Hush Hush. So she's talking about this book. Could be another thing with books that you're reading. I love suspense and horror, and Stephen King is one of my favorite authors. A lot of the times I will get a book just because a blurb from him is on the cover of a suspense or a horror book that I might be looking at. I'm flipping through the pages and I see that Stephen King wrote something about it and said that it was a page turner and he couldn't put it down or whatever. And even if I don't know anything else about the book, I will pick it up because Stephen King wrote something about it. He obviously read it. He enjoyed it. I like him as an author. Why not give it a shot? I would say that is another thing, but obviously YA authors, I think for the most part, are going to write about YA authors. You would have to start reading adult books and getting into those, but you might see some recommendations based on realizing you like that author. They've written about another book, talked about another book. It can't be too bad, can it? The third recommendation that I have, and this is the one that has never, ever, ever failed me when I'm looking for a book, is if it says New York Times bestseller on the front of it. A lot of the times I'm looking at the bookstore in the clearance section and picking up a book and see that it says New York Times bestseller on the front of it. Then that automatically catches my attention, because every single New York Times bestseller book that I have ever read has never disappointed me. Ever. I've never read one that I've given less than 4.5 stars. So those have always been amazing. For example, I had just read Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson, and that is a New York Times bestseller. That book was amazing. I think I'm gonna do a book review on it. That was one, recently that I can think of the top of my head that I've read that has NYTV on it, and it's just awesome. And another one of my favorite books, The Shadow of the Wind, also a New York Times bestseller, obviously. It's in my top 5 favorite books ever. So those, I'm not sure what the process is for a book to become a New York Times bestseller, but I just know that they're good. They've never let me down, never disappointed. So if you're interested and you're not sure where to start, even if you don't necessarily know what genre the book is in, I would start off maybe with looking for New York Times bestsellers, if it says that on the front. Then if it says that, read the back of it. And if it sounds like the back intrigues you, pick it up, give it a shot. You do want to make sure that the back is interesting and that it does sound like something you would enjoy. Every book that I have picked up that said New York Times bestseller on it has been good. And I think that is because it's been a combination of an NYTV and because it's been a book that sounded like I've enjoyed. There have been ones that didn't really sound good, even though they were an NYTV. So I didn't pick it up. That's probably it, I think, for right now. Pretty much, I think those 3 recommendations, if you can stick with those, you should hopefully be able to find some adult books that you enjoy, and hopefully you can branch out and start reading those. I'm starting to get more into YA, but BookTube has helped me do that. And I'm finding a lot of books that I'm really, really liking. I'm reading Hex Hall right now, and I'm enjoying it. I'm not the best, but I'm getting there. And so now some of the books on my favorites list are split between adult books and YA books. So hopefully you guys can find some books, and hopefully some adult books that you read will become some new favorites. So yeah, that's that. Like I said, sorry I was gone for so long, but I'm back. I should be pretty regular from now on, And if you're interested, find me on Goodreads, like, comment. If you have any other videos that you want to see in the future, let me know. And I will be making a favorites video pretty soon, probably, hopefully within the next couple of days. So watch out for that. My favorite books and authors that I've read. And I also want to do maybe like a mini review on the books that I have read and just my update and progress on my January TBR. Not going as well as I was hoping because of all the life changes. That's it, and I will see you guys soon. Gemini. Say bye. Say bye, sweetie. Say bye. Bye. Bye.